To you, Lauren.
Hey everyone. Yeah, my intentions for the call are to mostly kind of like talk about Giveth Barcelona and how we can best use the content to create more content. And yeah, I'm just a little bit I'm distracted by it being like really hot up here, so then it makes me feel sleepy. But other than that, I did want to join this Twitter space. Anyway, I'm trying to do too many things at once. I'm trying to join a Twitter space at the same time as be completely present for this call. So yeah, that's that. I'll pass it to Ashley.
Yeah, hi everybody. Good to be back on. My intentions for the call is just to sync up, get my head back in the game for comm stuff. Yeah, and just kind of like pick up the pieces again. And my distractions are just that there's a lot of people everywhere talking around me. And I will pass it to Jake.
Hey. For me, distraction, literally the power just went out in the house. So I don't even have my laptop. I'm on the phone. Hopefully that will come back up. Intentions for the call. I went over donor survey in the Connects call and posted that in the Connects forum on Discord. If there's time, I can also speak about that on this call as well. And
Who'd you say, Jake? I don't think we heard you.
Fuga, that was you.
I thought I heard a little at the beginning there. Thank you. That's great, Jake. I hope we have time. That'd be great to make time to share that with comms. So yeah, intentions, excited to kind of get things going again. Distractions. I had a really long travel day. Just got back from I just got back from Barcelona an hour ago. It was a long day. I had to stop off in Paris and go to the dentist. So I was killing several stones with one bird. And I'm quoting Giveth Barcelona with that. Actually, hey, maybe we could use that in our future comms. And on that note, I will pass it to Clara.
Hi everyone. My intentions for this call are generally just to think and absorb what you're all talking about and hopefully add something intelligent at some point in the future. My distractions are I've got COVID and I'm feeling a bit rubbish.
Oh no.
And I will pass it over to Ben.
Hi, thanks. Yeah, my intention is just to catch up and see what happened at Giveth Barcelona. No distraction. And all pass to Nicola, if you haven't gone yet.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, everyone. Well, I'm here just to sync up and excited to hear reflections on Giveth Barcelona and no distractions. I slept like 20 hours last night yesterday, so I'm pretty fully on here today with you all guys. And was I the last one?
I think that could be. Let's see. Jess?
Jesse?
Mostly. A little quiet. Yes. Okay, great. I think that's everybody, right? Cool. So I'm having I don't know why this has not happened before in the past. I've shifted everything around. I still don't seem to be able to share the screen I want to share. So can someone perhaps help me out and share the agenda, and I'll continue managing it from there, but I don't know what to do, and for the sake of time, I'm just getting very frustrated with this.
I got it.
Perfect. Thank you, Lauren. I don't know what that is. So therefore also, Ashley, I'm sorry, but I missed what you were I just got that you're distracted by people are talking around you. Intentions for the call were what? You're the only one I missed.
Oh, no worries. It was just to sync up and kind of pick the pieces back up where we left off before ETH Barcelona. So nothing too.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Am
So
I in the right doc? I think this is right, but I don't have any of the intentions or distractions in here.
Tuesday, July 12th.
I see them all.
Weird. Let me try again.
Let me check the stream. Hang on, because I was just looking at the actual thing. Yeah, there, right?
Weird.
Maybe it was just not populating live. That's weird. But anyways, maybe there's a slight delay because I'm editing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, first off, super nice to meet you guys in person last week. I think it was an amazing event. I personally had a couple struggles I was dealing with throughout. Barcelona decided to test me a little bit, but in general, I think it was amazing getting time with you on the ground and meeting you. And yeah, so for the agenda today, I think a big part of it will actually be syncing on everyone's perceptions of like how ETH Barcelona went, and specifically talking a bit from like a communication standpoint on, maybe some ideas that come out of it. If you've had some time to collect your thoughts on what, maybe some content that we could generate around it, or also outreach strategy from both a comms and connect perspective, who would make sense to follow up with potentially. Because I think we had a lot of touch points at the booth itself, and then maybe also through different conversations happening across the conference. Yes, thank you. Actually, I can type in here. So yeah, I think like maybe a really cool idea would be we don't have too many people in the group today anyway, so it'd be a cool idea to maybe go around in a circle, like a quick circle, and talk about just quick feedback and what yeah, if there was anything that stuck out to you that would be interesting for us to think about in terms of creating content and follow-ups.
I just want to mention also that in the Connect working group call, Melody did a fun Miro board like retrospective thing, and she wanted to capture some of people's feedback about ETH Barcelona, like what was some hidden gold, what didn't go well, what we could do better. So I just put that in the comms call notes too. So even if you weren't in the Connect working group call, it's something that we could like add to. Yeah, but anyway, I also think that like specifically brainstorming in this call, like how we can use the content, like what content pieces we can do to like emphasize what we did at ETH Barcelona, and like Corey was saying too, like what particular connections. But anyway, I just wanted to put that also in there. So if you're like looking at it while we're talking and you want to brainstorm and add to it, it's a cool resource as well.
Yeah, amazing. Cool. I can also put the link to this in the Discord right here for everyone if you guys want to reference.
Yeah, I think the link is in the Connect channel.
Oh,
So it should
okay.
be like the last thing posted in the Connect channel, because we were talking about it in the last call. I think
in the chat too.
Okay.
Oh,
Awesome.
okay. I think one thing I wanted to throw out there is it would be really cool to have like a designated media person, maybe for like future events like this. I know that that's kind of like hindsight now, but to have somebody that would take more video kind of content, more like curated content, and maybe like think about some things beforehand. So I guess that's like one of those what can we do better next time kind of things. And it's not necessarily so specific to their current content, but it was something I noticed that could have been valuable because we were all so busy all the time to like really capture that kind of media was really difficult.
Yeah, that's true. That's always actually like pretty challenging, and I guess it also depends at what level. Because I mean, you can like everyone can use their iPhone and that kind of thing, but then there's also potential to create like I don't know, like a mini documentary or something like this, if you wanted to record like, I don't know, like the whole Giveth team and like kind of like the interactions throughout the event, or like record like interactions between like people coming to the booth and I don't know, donating for the first time on the platform, or their reactions to that and feedback. That's kind of interesting for sure.
Yeah, I think Marco mentioned that he's gonna put something together with all the pictures, right? Some stories from like Giveth
Marco
story.
mentioned that it would be cool and asked if anyone could do it. I don't think he was going to do it himself.
I see.
But I think it would be cool, and maybe we can ask like Todd to do something like that because he does some video editing. But I think like having the ETH Barcelona chat as like a place for the photo dumping. A lot of people have been dumping photos in there, and that's really good. So we do have a lot of content as it is.
Can we
Yeah.
make a place where people could dump photos? Like we can use the ones that were sent in Telegram, but whenever we send something in Telegram, it reduces the resolution. So if we really wanted like high quality stuff, we should make a folder somewhere or something where people can actually add those to. I just wanted to post here a link to the little video that they made for the like entrando al espacio cripto thing that they did. Is like this after movie thing, and it would be cool if we did something like this. I even wonder if Gray Machine would be a good option for something. You said Todd makes videos like this?
Potentially, or we could ask somebody like Sean Ray to do if we're going to do kind of like a contracty thing.
Yeah.
Gray Machine does mostly like animations, and yeah, he does like video production. But I mean, we could ask him. He's also just like a little bit expensive. He's very professional. It would be great if we could have it done like internally in our team, because I'm not really sure like how much value it would add in comparison to the price it would cost to produce something like that by an external like contractor.
So I wonder if Chewy knows who made this one.
The after movie for Espacio for Crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Does anyone feel like? Does anyone want to be like the master of creating a Google Drive photo and getting Cat Harding to put photos in there and potentially creating that into a video? It would need like a champion, even if you're not the video editor.
I could collect stuff in a folder, but I don't. After that, somebody else would have to take it.
I was currently seeing some after video posts from Shapeshift on Twitter. I wonder if Willie could maybe.
Yeah, you know, Vlad. It was Vlad who did it. Who's been hanging out in our community a little bit. We could ask him too.
And ETH Barcelona itself, of course, had like a media team going around. Like, are they already like sending all of those photos directly to someone at Giveth, or is it more that you find them in like the chat or in a? I mean, a lot of that might still need to be processed. I'm not sure. Like, they were videoing quite a lot, so getting like shots or snippets. There was also an interview done, right?
Yeah, they did do a couple of interviews, but I think probably. I mean, I'm not really sure if like getting the professionally shot content from ETH Barcelona and then like trying to use it to make our like more amateur video. I'm not really sure it's like the best flow. I feel like they're already going to be using that. I mean, if they have better content about Giveth, it might be something we could use. Somebody could look into contacting them. But yeah, like I think also like for the interviews and things, it's like they're creating some kind of like interview video, and I'm sure that they'll like publish that content and we can just reshare it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and then another thing, like Laura and I were already talking about it yesterday, but it would be very cool to take like from the recorded talks themselves, like on stage, like taking video clips of those and producing content around them could be really cool. And depending on what clips you use, can be used on like different platforms, right? So especially for like I'm thinking also like the 101 or like speaking on LinkedIn or on Facebook, like taking certain snippets from the talks that are like quite digestible, and that maybe introduce the concept in a cool way to watch. That might be really neat to do. Like, so Claire, like when we sync on that again, when you're feeling better, when we sync on Facebook content again, like that would be something that we should keep in mind.
Oh, and Corey, what I'm just wondering what talks would be good for that.
Well, we have a lot of, I think, to choose from. So I think all of the talks could be fine. It just depends on what snippets you take. Like we were talking
What
about,
do you
like
mean, all of the talks?
Yeah, so I think that we like Griff's talk. Willie gave a talk and mentioned Giveth a lot. I, speaking on the panel, mentioned Giveth a lot, and then like Tam and Livia's talk were both like relevant-ish concepts. We might want to use like one clip from each.
Yeah.
But like after ETH Denver, how we split up the videos and got like one person to kind of like take ownership of each video and then like put the timestamps, and then I think Ahmad can create the text videos out of it, and so maybe we could,
Well,
maybe we could.
I'm listening. Sorry, I yes, that's exactly what I meant. Like when you say all videos, you mean anybody in Giveth ecosystem.
Yeah, Giveth related.
Like
Giveth
Common
related.
Stack and whatever. Because I'd be happy to go and do like I did last time, where I don't know, I enjoy rewatching those, and I enjoy well, it doesn't matter if I enjoy it, but I think I'm pretty good at pulling out all the sound bites and stuff.
You
like
are.
that.
You're great at it.
And I was there, so yeah.
Do you want to do them all, or maybe we can split them up a little bit, Suga? Does anyone else? I don't know. First, what do you think, Suga? Do you want to do them all, or like we could give you like 2 or 3, and then somebody else could do 2 or 3?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I missed yours, sadly. It's the only one I missed because But yeah, well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm happy to jump in on that as well, especially from the perspective of like Facebook, for instance, like which will be which I assume would be like slightly different sound bites maybe than the ones that we would be thinking of using. I don't know. I'm not sure where have you guys actually posted sound bites in the past? Like, where do you, on Twitter?
On Twitter.
Okay.
We posted them with tweets. And like, so it was like the video, it would be like shilling the talk and posting the video of the talk being like, in case you missed it, blah, blah, blah. But then the video is attached that shows the clip.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's like a link to YouTube. So you can watch the whole talk, or just like the clip is the thing that brings you in.
And I have an idea. Maybe, let me know what you think, guys. But there was a lot of questions that we were asked. So how about pulling something out and like, hey, these are the questions, the most common questions that we've been asked, and here in this talk you get the answers, or something like that.
Yeah, totally.
Like,
you mean like
where does the give back? Where does the gift token, give back? Where do gifts come from and stuff like that? Yes.
Are you talking about like at the booth with what
Yes.
people? Yeah, that sounds cool. Like if you didn't make it, we've got a virtual booth, and here's like a that sounds cool. And also because later on, I think that I was talking to Griff about giving us a more precise and clear way to explain Giveth revenue, and even Giveth mission, really, because it seemed like there's some pretty heavy duty questions that many folks didn't have good answers for, and we can definitely give good answers for them now. In hindsight, that would be a great part of this, like, post conference booth visit, virtual booth visit.
Preparation for the next one, huh? You have it all written.
Yeah. So let's maybe. So I think like a concise what is Giveth's mission in the long term, and then like what is the DAO revenue, or like how is Giveth sustained? Were two questions. Are there any other common questions that you guys were getting from talking to people at the booth?
Well, I would say that what you just said, well, I guess what I just said, you just said, definitely seemed like the hardest ones. And yeah, so those would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, like let's see what else. Can brainstorm on that.
Yeah, and maybe I can ask some other folks that actually were more in, I was in creative area cutting my shirts, but there were others who were facing a lot of questions. So maybe just I can run around some of others like Heather and some other people
Yeah,
that
we had
were lost.
Ashley, Heather,
Yeah.
Claire.
We should
Claire
we should
there
create
quite a
a,
bit.
yeah, we should maybe, I can
Claire's
mention
right
that
here.
maybe in the comms channel, like this like super valuable in my opinion, like to document the common questions, because that's really, yeah, a really good indicator of like what people are probably experiencing when they come across us online, right? Or what they're thinking.
And actually, on a related, vaguely related note, there was, I think some folks may have seen this in a recent forum post. I think a walkie talking about the need for a white paper. And I think some folks visiting the booth wanted that too. Like, where can I just get the white paper on Giveth? You know?
Oh, really? Okay.
So maybe we need to think about that. So that's a separate subject, I guess.
Okay. So, any other questions? Like, so we got the mission. How is Giveth sustained? Revenue, and then people are also often ask like, what is Gnosis Chain and why do you use it?
Oh.
Any other things maybe from Claire or Ashley who are also there?
Well, sorry, me again. Another another one is, and this is a bit complicated because I know we had a little chat about this, and this is also on the forum, like verified projects. What does it mean to be verified and why? And so we've had there's like it seems like there's a lack of clarity across the given space as to what that actually signifies. And I think y'all probably know what I mean, but just to clarify myself, so I would say the documentation on Giveth says that being verified is a way to prove that your project is legitimate. Whereas I think there's also a voice in Giveth that says actually it shouldn't be that. It should be that that verified just makes you eligible for givebacks. You know what I'm talking about, Ashley?
Yeah, definitely. It's something that we're discussing maybe changing, but as of right now and the way that things are, that language is correct. So it's not that our documentation and stuff isn't congruent in the moment. It's that maybe we want to change the language that we use or the way that we look at it. And at that time, once we make a decision, then the documentation will need to be changed. But so far, that
Okay.
decision is still up in the air and being discussed.
Oh, gotcha. Well,
Yeah.
nevertheless, this is a question for the virtual conference booth.
Yeah, and also
Feedbacks or verified.
so,
Sorry.
like, I know that if I were going to the booth, someone who hadn't heard about Giveth, and ask about why it's like, what does verification mean? And the response was like, it means that they're eligible for givebacks. Like my immediate question after that would be like, yeah, but what does the project need to become verified? Like, what does it mean? I would still ask the same question again. So digging a little bit.
I don't think that the intention is to like, not have that question asked, because I think that's a great question for people to ask. The thing that we're trying to avoid is for by using the term verified or like legitimate, we're giving out the impression that the other projects aren't legitimate. And so I don't want to use the word verified to cast a shadow over other projects. And this is something that's been brought up by other members of the community as well. So answering that question of, what does this mean? What does that word mean? Whether that word is verified or eligible or whatever is probably something we're still going to need to lay out for people, no matter what word we choose to use. But I think we should choose to use a label that doesn't signify that one project is better than another.
Yeah, it's a really good point, actually. Or
But
like,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, eligible actually makes more sense than
And
verified. Yeah,
maybe,
right, go ahead.
well, maybe we need 3 categories because there are projects that are for personal gain, and then there are projects that are for like public goods, and then there are verified projects that are like super like high reputation at stake, right? Um, I don't know what you think, guys. That's like
Well, I think the point now is just to say what Ashley was saying, which is we're talking about recapping ETH Barcelona. So we just are currently sticking with the documentation definition, which is that verified projects have demonstrated that they are a legitimate social cause or something. It's something like that in the document. That's all. And I think that is just one of the questions that Lauren was asking to add to that list is what does it mean to be a verified project? But that sort of is in tandem with what are givebacks. It kind of comes always in the same question because I don't think anybody answers, or I should say, I don't think anybody at Giveth is just randomly talking about, and there are verified projects. It's more that we present the concept of givebacks, and from that question, you get to what are verified projects, if that makes sense.
Awesome. Well, okay, I created an issue for that. I added all those questions onto there, and like Nicola, if you want to champion kind of getting more feedback from other people, maybe I can just assign you to this issue, and you can kind of put in there like the questions that other people got. Like you could talk to Katave, Rochelle, Jean, anybody else, Heather, who's helping a lot, and Septi. Yeah.
yeah, totally. Sign me up.
Great, cool. All right, I assigned it to you. And then before we go further, so I made also an issue for the sound bites. It's a pretty big issue, and I just assigned both Suga and Corey. So we could, I mean, if you guys want to just kind of like decide which ones you want to do, or if you want to like even like both listen to the same talks and maybe you pull out different things, like if Suga's listening more for the Twitter perspective and Corey's listening more for the Facebook perspective, but like maybe coordinate between you guys so that so that we don't have like a double worker,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it could be also go by maybe like the type of talk, like the ones that we think are a little bit more palatable for like people outside of Web3 versus in the space. Yeah, so we can sync on that.
I just wanted to add in there that Kotave did an interview with, I'm not really sure, I think it was some blog, but the point I'm trying to make is it was in Spanish. So it might be quite nice to get hold of that and see if there's any material from in there that we could use.
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah.
holding the phone for 15 minutes recording.
Yeah, that's right, you were.
Cool. Yeah, cool. It'd be great to get that. I think Danny also did an interview with somebody.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, and I also did an interview with somebody, and then I did also one with the Barcelona crew, and so did Griff. So we could get also those. I mean, if we can find access to all those links, I can put the link to the interview that I did that someone interviewed me for Twitter. It was a really simple thing, and can add it in there as well. But yeah, maybe.
I have the contact details for the guy that was speaking to Kotave, so I could ask him.
Cool. So maybe just like we need to make an issue like collect published interviews.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome. That's a lot of, yeah, and I was just saying, like, I think this conference is a really good one to reference for, um, yeah, like I said, like these platforms off of Twitter, because I just feel like it was more approachable, um, for the nonprofits. Like, if I was inviting anyone from that sector, like to attend a crypto conference, I probably would have, like, I feel like that one was a little bit more accessible. But I think it's also it's going to help to watch the talks again to determine that.
Yep.
Yeah, Livy's and Tams were wildly popular and very accessible, very slow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if we're gonna be making sound bites from Livia's and Tam's talks, we should also make sure that we loop in Ivy or Chewy from the TC and Common Stack comms, just to make sure that we're also not doing double work with them. Like if we create a nice sound bite, then they can share it. Like Common Stack and TC can share it just the same as us.
Yeah, okay. I can do that. I mean, check in with those guys.
Yeah, if you plan on doing either Tam's or Livia's, check in with them for sure.
I am due for a Chewy check-in, so for sure.
Great.
Okay, good. Any other anything else? Otherwise we can also move to another topic. But definitely, like, I think this is a great time since it's like fresh to just pump out ideas.
Yeah, I also created a couple of issues for this. Like, I mean, writing the recap blog post similar to the one we did with ETH Denver, I think that was kind of a cool summary thing because it's like it could touch on each of the different things in one place. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? And I like premeditatively assigned Suga. But yeah, I don't know. Open to what you guys think and if you want to do it, Suga.
I was like literally writing a response to that. I finally got into ZenHub. It was taking ages. I was going to ask, I was wondering if it wouldn't be make more sense to do it after Paris and do them together? Or is that not a good idea? It just seems like there's no way I can do this before Paris. And I don't know. Anyway, what do you think?
I think getting started on it while it's still fresh may make a lot of sense, and maybe we want to combine them, or maybe Paris ends up being a lot of stuff too. Probably not, but because I think it's just Griff giving kind of like the same talk again. I feel like we won't really need to write one about Paris on its own. So either we write one about ETH Barcelona on its own, or it's like ETH Barcelona and there's like a little bit about Paris in it, because I feel like we're gonna have a lot less going on as Giveth in ETH
Right. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I personally think it's worth putting the Paris in the, whatever. I'll find some clever name or something for it, but I don't think we want to just write off Paris. It should be mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty significant conference. So but Barcelona with a much bigger presence. So yeah, it's I guess both in a way.
Yeah, putting them together makes sense, but I think it's like not a blocker for getting started on like putting the content together because I think like the featuring what we did at the booth, and I think like explaining that donors who came or people who came to the booth were taught to donate on Gnosis. We like sent them DAI, and then they like learn, and now that we've like brought all these new people into the ecosystem, I think that's like really cool, and you can write it now.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Yeah. And all right, so if there's anything else, I mean, feel free to pop in with it. Otherwise, also just wanted to mention that still trying to schedule this influencer strategy call with Mike. He came back with some other options. It looks like actually it's probably going to be it could be we have options for tomorrow. Oh no, I'm sorry, for Thursday. Thursday are likely going to be what it is, but I only have responses from Claire, Lauren, and Ben so far.
Yeah,
So
maybe you didn't see my question. It said urgent, and I tagged you super straight away. I just wanted to double check because there was there was some confusion last time with the times. And I was just wondering because he offered a bunch of times and not even half of them are on the doodle. Is
yeah,
that correct?
it's because I can't attend them.
You can't. Okay.
So I thought I might as well just not list them. But
Got it.
I thought that's logical, but maybe what do you think? I mean,
No,
right?
that's cool. Yeah, I just wanted to double check. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I can be there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to give your input there then, yeah, I just went ahead and narrowed them down because I was like, just make it simpler.
Got it. Thank you.
Sure. So, and then we have enough time to schedule that because it's still another 2 days from now. Because that would be great, and also would be interesting after the ETH Barcelona timing now, especially when we talk about like content production. I know he wasn't at that conference, but it'll be interesting maybe to get his input. I don't know. I'm just curious, like how to tie that together with discussing like influencers, and then yeah, if we have some of this available and some of it's kind of palatable. Also, some influencers in my mind could be people in the regeneration space. And so, yeah, I think like this conference was focused a lot around regenerative topics and refi and that kind of thing. So, yeah, I think it'll be good timing. And would love to have like as many people in there as possible to ask questions. And okay, so that's scheduled. And right, just a reminder again for Twitter. I'm just gonna kind of always leave that up there. But if you have ideas, please put them in the Twitter channel, especially coming out of the conference again. But I think we just like noted down quite a few, so that's great. And oh yeah, we left the documentation overhaul topic here. I'm still actually, is this something that we still need to sync on? This was regarding like the translations. Actually, I think Mitch had what he needed to move on with that, unless somebody else knows something there.
I think you're right. I think he has everything he needs.
Yeah, okay. I'm actually gonna remove that. The other thing I did want to touch on again is like this Gitcoin outreach list. Maybe we can talk about that for a few minutes because like I understand that's like a massive list. We had like notes from last time, like massive list that we need to split up and reach out to. Maybe there's something we can come up with now to help knock that out, whether it's dividing and conquering, or it's also about like, who feels like they'd be comfortable like reviewing that list and making quick decisions on like what probably makes most sense in terms of outreach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. I'm just saying yeah to you. So you're right. I agree. Claire has been active probably the most there, and I think Nicola too. Yeah, I
Very
don't know.
much
Like,
so.
what's that?
Not very active in that sheet with
More than
outreach,
me lately.
I have to confess. The stumbling block came for me was that it was going to be sort of a standard set message, and I could just fire out a lot of the messages and could work through the list. But we have to put a bit more effort in now, don't we, to review Twitter profiles and sort of draw people in that way, because the direct messaging suggestion was canned, wasn't it? And that's where I've got blocked.
So to be clear, like, what do you mean, like like directly reaching out to them with like a standardized, like basically creating a
Yeah,
template and blasting that
and
out? That was a
exactly. And I thought, yeah, I can do a few of those each day to help out. But it's requires a little bit more effort to do some reviewing of Twitter profiles and just to be a bit more clever in how you engage each individual project owner.
okay, but why? As in, like, you feel that, like, or because it was determined that customized messages are needed?
So that was the original plan, but a lot of people's direct messaging is blocked on Twitter, and also to improve the response and engagement rate, it was discussed in the GitHub issue that we should try a different approach.
Okay. Actually, let me check that GitHub issue really quick. So
Yeah,
this
it
is
probably
for,
explains it a bit better than I can at the moment.
is this the get great projects from Gitcoin onto Giveth?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Well, so what would be, so the blocker is essentially like this research component. And I mean, because like it sounds to me like a standardized template can still be used. It's just a matter of like where to reach them. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, and the footwork that it takes to, I guess, connect with somebody on in their space, wherever it might be, like engaging them on Twitter or something. Like if you don't have any access, that is to say, if we can't DM in whatever form these folks, we have to run around a little bit and figure out how. But yeah, ultimately, you know, I think it's just that itself was the blocker, and kind of because this list is so big, it's just that I guess nobody's, myself included, nobody's really owning it. So it's true that now that everybody knows that that's the state of it, it's like we could just divide it up by numbers.
Yeah.
The sheet that Ahmad made, so it's like roughly 1,000 entries, and we could just divide it up by a couple hundred numbers, right? And see how that goes, maybe for starters, because it's been sort of dormant for a while. So maybe we could just try that out.
Yeah, I see it here. I just got a question. There's sheet 1 and then there's extract.
Yeah, so basically stick with extract. Sheet 1
Yeah.
was me doing it all manually, and then extract was Ahmed just went in and got everything.
I see.
So a
Okay.
lot of that's going to be dumped anyway, but that doesn't matter. Whoever gets the couple hundred numbers, you go through it, and then you dump what is not needed. Yeah, otherwise it's just never going to get done, it seems like.
Yeah. Okay, so it's about 1,000. And I think in some are more obvious than others. So I think, yeah, there's a couple ways to do it. It's like one could be doing a quick skim and highlighting ones that are like really obvious, and then like filtering filtering it that way, so you end up with just like 200.
No. I don't think that's I don't think so, because in my opinion, because this has been sitting around for so long, we just hack it up and like maybe 5 of us take 200, 1 to 200 and
Yeah.
200 to 400, and then each of those people do their own filtering. Because if we just get one person to try to filter it, forget it. It's the same problem. That's how I
Okay.
see it. That's how I see it.
No,
What do you
I
think?
agree. That's the other alternative, is just hack up the whole 1,000. And I think it's pretty simple, right? Just every 200 we throw a name in a cell,
Yeah.
and then everyone can filter it and just piece by piece commit to trying to get X amount done per week, and that should be palatable.
Yeah, I like that. That actually motivates me. I feel like if we're doing it the teamwork way, then hopefully that'll get us to cover some ground. What do the rest of y'all think?
Yeah, that sounds like it'd work.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and also like maybe just to like kind of like there's a notes section right that in the next cell. It's like maybe just go for the ones where the DMs are open and just blast them out. And anytime a DM is not open, just skip it for now. And then once like the DM ones have been done, and it's like, you know, it can just like break it down into but at least we get like chunks of them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Great. Pass it out.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with that. And then, and again, we're talking about a standardized draft in this sense, to just do an intro message and go from there. So like, it's fine. I was just gonna add some notes, but yeah, thank you. Okay, I think that's a good plan.
So should we say like 5 people take 200, or do we have 5 interested people here?
I just want to come in and say I don't feel comfortable about doing the outreach myself. I don't want to talk or I don't want to send the DMs, but I can keep doing what I was doing. I have done about 290 projects that I reviewed, and those I marked those that are already on the platform, and I can do all of them. I can do all 1,000, if that would be helpful, so that somebody else doesn't have to hit on the situation that, hey, we have already project, or what do you think? If that's helpful. Cool.
That's great. It might, I don't know if it'll conflict with the timing, but it's great. You know, like it might be that somebody gets started before you get to their section, and then they're like, oh yeah, I noticed this one's already on Giveth, and then you come on, you know, whatever. I think they'll be fine. You just make a note and that'll be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I can commit to finishing this whole sheet till the end of this week.
Woo!
Yeah, I think we can do it simultaneously. Worst case scenario, project gets a message from us and they're gonna understand. Like it's not a big deal, I think. But this way we make progress on it. Also, like, yeah, I'll check in on this again. Like I'm happy to help. It's more the question for me, like if they do respond, then what? So, but I can easily sort that out. So, or get some insight on how to handle that.
I'm up for helping with that.
Okay. Can actually add to the issue here as well.
Thanks, Corey. I'm trying to do that, but my computer's just moving too slow to be on top of adding notes to things.
Yeah,
Am
actually,
I on the issue? I think so. If not, add me.
I'll just tag you anyway.
Yeah.
Ben, what's your name on ZenHub?
Scott Ben JD.
Got it. Cool.
I'm very creative.
Sweet. And then
So there's me, Claire, Ben's, and I guess Nicola's separate. So who else? Can we get 2 more people, maybe?
Somebody from Connect group. More people would be interested from there.
Oh, good idea. Yeah, Claire, did we have somebody? No, we really didn't. I think we had like a lizard wizard, but I haven't seen her in a long time. So, okay, well, let's connect with Connect, I guess.
Anyways, I wouldn't stop, like, if we can't find a 5th person right now, I wouldn't stop it from, like, let's just assign the first 800, you know?
Yeah, okay.
Like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Okay, I'll just write this in the issue right now.
Where is that damn issue? There we go.
Corey, I think that was for Ben's, not me, for raising his hand on helping out with this one. Sorry.
Was that you, Jake?
Yeah, I was just saying. Yeah. I think it was Ben's that was saying he was gonna help out on that one.
Yeah. That I got that. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. All right, I just added that in the comments. Cool. All right, awesome. Yeah, because I think that's doable. And do we, in the template message, I'm sorry, I'm playing catch up on this, template message is already written, or we also need to?
Yes. No, that's done. It's in there too. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yep, I'm a DAO member if you're looking to fund, like, or something. Okay. That's something else. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, cool. Awesome. Should be easy that way. And then yeah, it's starting with like just DM whoever is possible to DM and highlight them on the cover, whatever your style is, but probably like just highlight that they've been DM'd. And then yeah, that'll whittle it down a bit. And then the other ones are going to require a little more strategy. Have you actually figured out like ways to loop around that? Other, I guess, like tweeting at them or trying LinkedIn. I don't know if that's realistic. Is there any other method you'd identified to like circumnavigate the DMing?
There are some notes and suggestions in the issue.
Okay.
If you scroll up a little bit, I don't know if you've got the issue open.
Yeah, I have it open. Okay.
Kotabe, I think, particularly,
I think,
and Ahmed. Ahmed has put some suggestions in.
Right.
all right. I think it'll help I'll play around with it. I mean, this is what I used to do like professionally for a long time. So maybe it just depends, I guess, on where people are reachable. Maybe I can come up with some other ideas. All right, cool. Yeah, then we have about 2 minutes, 3 minutes left. Is there anything else? Because I think diving into another issue right now, the only other one I had on my radar was actually the 101 video series. Just to check in on that. Is there anything anybody wants to, let me see.
Corey, I was going to fly my flag with the donor survey just very quickly if
yeah.
I have a minute for that.
Sure, go ahead. Actually, you mentioned that.
I mentioned this in the Connect group that the donor survey is now up on Typeform, and I posted it on the Connect thread in Discord. I know a lot of us are in both calls today, so if you've already heard this, apologize. But if not, please go in there and take a look at it and go through the Typeform, make sure it runs smoothly for you, or if there's anything additional you want to see added to it, you'll have to go to the Google Shared Drive, which is also posted in that Connect group, and then make your edits and comments in that. And so we'll take this week to kind of form kind of internally where the donor survey is at. Initially, our thought is to give some G-Love, which can be used for swag for finishing the survey, and that will be posted on Twitter. And then Lauren would assist us by gathering all of that Twitter mentions of Giveth. And if there's anything, even with that, in terms of the reward system, if you want to mention a change or something else instead of G-Love, let us know. Ashley's posting it in the chat as well here. So just take some time this week to provide any feedback. Spent a lot of time on that, and Ashley's been very beneficial in helping me that as well. That's it.
Thanks, Jake.
Thank you. Awesome. Great. Well, I hope you feel better, Claire, and everyone else who might be sick. I'm finally able to like talk again as well. And nice to see you again last week. And
Corey, did you have COVID too?
no, I tested negative.
Oh, the whole time? Okay.
Yeah, but it hit me Saturday, which is why I wasn't really around because I was a little afraid that that's what it was. But was pretty rough weekend, and then been making sure to sleep like 8 to 9 hours a night. But yeah, hasn't so far. It's been negative, so it seems to be hit or miss with people. Weird.
Good. Glad you're on the mend.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay. Well then, I wish everyone a nice day, evening, afternoon, and have a great week. And talk to you soon. Thanks for the call.
Thanks, Corey.
Thanks,
Bye, everybody.